Girl, they said Kenya is telling more lies.
I will every time.
Girl, they said Kenya is gone with the wind, miserable. Girl, they said Mark is gone with the wind and the wind isn't blowing anywhere near Kenya.
They are correct.
Girl, I said Mr. Daly is barely there. Girl, they said he is the one who actually filed for the paperwork. Girl, they said Kenya is willing to do anything to get him back. Yeah, girl, it's the wig for me. Girl, the girls are letting her have it.
We gotta smile, bitch! Smile, bitch! Come on!
Hello, my beautifully broken people. I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning or night, whichever one it is for you. If you're new here, welcome home. Please remember, most Fridays I share one of your videos to show my appreciation, so please be sure to like or dislike, comment and subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that bell. Today we will be discussing Miss Gone with the Wind Fabulous, Kenya Moore, and her not being able to keep a man, her obsession with her hair, and her reign of misery she's been serving this season on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. With that being said, let's get into it.
Kenya and the cookie lady, would you say it went too far?
Absolument.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you guys are aware of the situation that happened with Kenya, the criminal cookie lady, and Tanya on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Miss Shanita White, aka the cookie criminal, approached Kenya and Cynthia on the show saying she has some hot tea regarding Tanya's fiance, Paul. Kenya subliminally brought this information up during a dinner to the ladies, and Tanya put two and two together and realized it was about her. In return, Tanya thought it would be funny to bring a wig she found in a bag Kenya asked her to pick up she had left behind after a trip the ladies took to Canada on the show. Now, for some reason, Kenya is obsessed with her hair and doesn't like to admit that sometimes she wears wigs. So although this wouldn't be a big deal for most, this set Kenya off and she let Miss Tanya have it, girl. She told the lady she didn't care about her one egg and called her a bleep. I can't say that word, y'all. I'm finally monetizing. Although I'm not making anything, we don't want to upset the YouTube gods. Anyway, the show does that segment where they have the ladies sit down and speak about some of the highlights of the show. Kind of like how they do confessionals, but better because producers seem to ask the questions that the public want the answers to. I like them a lot because I must admit I no longer watch the show like I used to, and it's pretty good to catch up on all the good stuff and sift through the you know what. I can't say the word, girl. So this situation was one of them highlights, and they were able to point out how Kenya's behavior this season has been a bit much due to what she's going through with her husband. So Kenya and her husband has been in the blogs for a while. Allegedly, her husband doesn't want anything to do with her, and it seems like he's only sticking around for their beautiful daughter, Brooklyn. Many are saying he's super controlling when he's around her, and at the moment, they are separated. Now, if you're a viewer of the show, you would know that although Kenya is a beautiful woman, she always seems to have issues with her love life. So people were confused as to why she felt okay commenting on someone else's.
Boy, if you don't get...
Well, let me help you out. Although Kenya says this,
whether you want to create this whole facade that your relationship is so perfect, we all know there is no such thing as a perfect relationship. There is no such thing.
Girl, Candy is shady boots. Okay, I'm going to get to her in another video. But Candy's looking at her like that for a reason, because just a few months back, Kenya was acting as if her life was perfect, as if her marriage was perfect.
You know, at that time, no one really knew
where Kenya was at in her relationship. I knew she was having some issues. Candy knew that she was having some issues, but it wasn't like nobody thought like they would separate at that point.
Right.
So I'm not saying that, Kenya was just in a not so happy, well, she was in a not so happy place. And, Tanya's in a overly happy place.
Now, let's address Kenya's behavior this season. Kenya has tried to ruin Cynthia's proposal and start drama with Tanya because she's miserable. Clearly, Mark has had it with her, and I'm sure she feels the same way. I mean, they aren't on the same page, chapter, line, book. I mean, it's clearly trouble in paradise. And I feel like it's because they rushed into this relationship. Now, although I fully agree with Kenya when she says no relationship is perfect, I still feel like she's taking her frustration out on the ladies, and it's not fair.
You guys have tea you want to tell me? Because I'm trying to figure out why my man is behaving the way he is, and maybe that's something that I might be insecure about, or I may want to know what is really going on. So for them or the fans or anybody else to try to read me about it, I've already read myself.
Kenya justified her behavior towards Tanya because she feels like people knowing she wears wigs while promoting natural hair care is messing up her money. Now, I could see that, but then again, I can't, because it's like we all know you have real beautiful hair. I mean, many black women do. You're definitely not the only one. And I'm sure people who buy natural hair care products wear wigs or weaves to protect their natural hair. So I don't understand why she would go so hard. She only did that because it's a problem that she has deep within. Also, I wanted to say to Cynthia, if Kenya is really your friend, please hold her accountable. She sat right there and played in your face, girl, when you confronted her about almost ruining your proposal. Now, Miss Tanya, hopefully you all haven't filmed the reunion yet, because Kenya is clearly still upset.
By the way, we also have other tea on Tanya, but we'll wait for the reunion for that.
Well, just as I thought, trash.
So let's give Miss Tanya a few reads she can gather Miss Kenya with at the reunion. Now, here are some of the comments that were left under the video I played for you guys earlier. Some of them I literally said out loud before I read them. So one is, Kenya is bitter. She can get a cookie lady to show up, but not her husband to show up to the anniversary trip. LOL. That is a good one. Kenya, you can't dog Tanya for being engaged 8 years when you haven't been married 8 minutes and already filing for a divorce. Shaking my head. There were so many reads in this comment section. I mean, Mother Goose was there herself, girl, okay? If you want a good key, go check them out. Anyway, I'm done with this. What are your thoughts on Miss Kenya Moore's behavior this season? Leave your unnecessary, necessary opinions in the comment section below, and I'll see you hoes in the next one. Bye!
Clear it out. Girl, clear it out.
Come on. Do it, baby. Take it, baby. Do it, baby. Take it, baby. Do it, baby. Take it, baby.
Okay, girl. Now that we're done with the fool la la, and at this point, if you're still here, you love me, and I love you more. I know I got some silent watchers who stay and watch my videos to the end, and I also wanted to answer some of your questions that was sent through email, so we can see who's really watching and not just saying it. Anyway, let's talk about this on a human level. So I bet it has to be hard for Kenya during this time, but having her daughter has to be the most powerful thing that could have ever happened to her. And not just because she's a mom. So if you know her upbringing as far as being loved by her maternal mother, well, not loved by her maternal mother, who was physically able to take care of her, but just chose not to because, if I remember, it was just because she got pregnant young, and I don't remember if Kenya saying her mother had any mental health problems. So she was able to take care of her. She just chose not to take care of her, and she chose not to love her. And she also went out her way to never speak to Kenya. So Kenya is like a special case when looking for love because it's not daddy's issues, as they would say. So having her daughter is or should show her what unconditional love is. And once she realizes that, she won't settle for less when it comes down to this marriage. So I really hope she activates her superpowers and stop taking her frustrations out on people. Okay, so for the questions, one of you guys asked me about this whole thing that happened with TS calling a cisgender woman who recently was sent to the upper room. I have to say it like that because, demonetized. Anyway, she called this woman fish. Sidebar, I'm trying to wait until more information comes out about that case, about Jane, the mayor of Whitfield. But if you guys want me to update you on some things I found out beforehand, let me know in the comments. So anyway, some women were upset that she used the word fish, and one of my BBs wants to know my thoughts. So first, people are extremely sensitive, and I find it extremely funny that Maddie has been saying this word for years, and all of a sudden, um, that she's been, serving Simply's Lemonade, aka that she's been Simply's Lemonade, aka Hot Topic. People are so upset. And most of her audience is black women. So I'm like, that's weird to me. Secondly, I don't know about girl, girl, I don't know about you, girl. But I'm a cisgender woman and I'm fish girl. Okay, girl, I am tuna, not the canned tuna. The thick pink cut tuna girl. Girl, yes, I am catfish. Meow, meow. So that word doesn't bother me. However, if someone doesn't want to be called that, then that's their choice and people should respect that. But those same people should respect that there are people like me who don't mind, and stop trying to make everything personal and stop trying to make everything personal. Like, y'all just gotta stop it. And if you don't like hearing that word, don't watch. And if it doesn't apply to you, let it fly. But let me know how you feel about that. Because just like I say about when I be like, I'll see you hoes later. Bye. Like, I've had like 3 comments of people saying, oh, you call your subscribers hoes. It's like, girl, hoe to me is hustle over everything. Sis. That's what hoes mean. And real hoes like me, who ain't really hoes in real life, don't get mad at that girl. Girl, we don't care because we know we know we on clink clink. I mean, I don't know. You can like, I don't want to equate it to the N word, because I don't like for anyone, black, white, purple. I don't like for anyone to use that word, but I understand why some black people still use the word. I don't know, girl. It's just like, and I use that word recently, and I hadn't used it in years, girl. But I mean, if you're an OGBB, you know why I used it. But anyway, girl, I'm trying to upload 3 times a week now. So y'all gotta hold me accountable. My emo BBs stay on my neck. I love you, hoes. And yeah, this was just for the ones who really ride for me. Like, some of y'all really be watching my videos to the very last second, and I love you for that. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.